Hello, welcome back to HRTV. I'm Sabrina.
And I'm Xieli. I hope everyone had a good break during the Chinese New Year period.
Yeah, we were away for a bit, but now we're back and we have lots of HR stories to catch up on.
Yes, let's kick off with something that we don't discuss much here in Singapore, which is sexual harassment. We ran a story, I think, about 2 weeks ago about sexual harassment and what constitutes it. So if you haven't had a chance to see it yet, I would strongly encourage you to do so.
Yes, because the article included a list of things or acts that you may not know could constitute as sexual harassment. For example, if you had an offensive or vulgar wallpaper on your computer, that could get you in trouble. Or if you call a female colleague babe or doll or honey, you know, nah.
Like, hello, honey bun.
Yeah, that's a big no-no.
Yes. Yeah. So consider this a public service announcement from us here at Human Resources. And you know, it's like if you're an HR professional watching this, maybe you like to get some classes to educate your employees.
Yep, definitely. So let's move on to some good news. Yesterday we reported online that Singaporeans are the most hit-hunted employees compared to those in other countries.
Yeah, according to the market sentiment report released by Berkeley Recruitment Group, about Singaporeans got 3 times, on average, 66% of Singaporeans got 3 offers from headhunters just in the last 3 months alone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's really good because this reflects that Singaporeans are gaining back their confidence in the economy. And also, hopefully, this means that the global economy will pick up, you know,
yeah,
as fast.
and I mean, it's true. I mean, more Singaporeans are also expecting a pay increment this year. And obviously, they think that there are enough job opportunities out there for them in the next 6 months. So I guess if HR professionals are not careful, it's like there will be a high turnover rate. Yeah,
definitely. Which leads us straight into our next story. We actually got 2 recruiters to predict the hottest jobs of 2011 for us. So they also had some retention plans that you can use to help retain your top talent.
It's no surprise that financial jobs are in demand, especially in sectors like private banking or in the back end operations like operational risk, Java developers, commodities traders in oil and gas, chemical, I think.
Both recruiters can agree that it's important to be creative with your hiring processes and also to provide benefits such as flexible work hours and a culture that lets you communicate and be transparent with your employees. So, I mean, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, it's like these are things that have been repeated, I think, day in, day out, almost on a monthly, regular, daily basis.
Yes.
So, but the thing is, it's easy to just pay lip service to it. So it's a lot of action that needs to be done. There's investment that HR professionals need to, you know, put in, and you know, there's quite a bit of effort. But you know, it's like if you are really keen on growing, I mean, you're keen to expand your company, this is something that, you know, it's for the future and something you should consider.
Yep. Another interesting story that we had is how fathers should be included in childcare leave, because currently we only pay attention to all the mummies. We give them, you know, many months of maternity, but none for the dads. So Aware, which is a gender equality group, is actually calling for the 4th month of maternity leave to be converted into paternity leave, which both parents can actually take.
Allowing fathers to take paternity leave will really give them more opportunities to spend time with their children, and it gives both parents an equal role, you know, taking charge.
Yeah, so I mean, you can even start making changes in your internal company policies now. Some companies are already giving fathers paid leave, or even giving them, you know, paternity leaves. So if you would like to start making a change, then we will encourage you to.
Exactly. I mean, it's not really necessary to wait for, you know, the law to, you know, for it to be legalized or that, you know, to be enforced. It's like if it's part of an employee benefit thing, and it's attractive to retain male employees as well. Yeah.
Alright, so how about we go to our exclusive story for small talk.
Okay.
An employee in the US has actually been disciplined for snacking at her desk. So it's actually her company's policy not to eat at the workspace because they're afraid that you might spoil the computer with your crumbs.
So this employee was actually given a written warning and told that if her behavior doesn't improve, she stood the risk of losing her job, right?
So I mean, it really makes you, you know, think about what other silly policies that at first glance you're like, it's a silly policy, but it actually could make you lose your job. So if you have any of those policies, or if you know any companies, just drop us a line on our Facebook page, and then maybe we can just see what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, that's great. I mean, speaking about food, we had an article online about the death of lunch breaks. Apparently, more employees these days are taking shorter lunch breaks, or none at all, in order to cope with their increased workload. The article also shed some light on the employees' working habits, right?
Yep. So about 70% of them said it was okay to use their work phone for personal use, and then they also use the work computer to go on the internet for personal reasons. So if you use the phone or the internet for personal reasons, why don't you let us know? It's all anonymous on our website. We have a new poll, so you can just let us know, because we want to know.
Yes, just out of professional reasons.
Yes, for research.
Yes. Speaking of employee benefits, one of the more interesting articles that we ran this week was how employees are generous with their friends and families. Like sometimes it's like ways will offer them discounts or freebies, from their company.
Yeah, I would be lying if I if I didn't say that I got a free drink from a Starbucks friend or movie tickets. So I think everyone's done it, and everyone maybe has been on both sides of it. But I think we should really just stop and see how honest we're being.
but I mean, it's just human nature. I mean, if you know that you have a friend working there, it's just like, natural to just ask like, hey, do you think you give me a discount?
Yep.
But I mean, it's like on one end, I think it's like allowing your employees to give discounts or freebies. I mean, not at a huge expense to the company, but I think it's a great employer branding, because people will think that, wow, this company is so generous and stuff. So something to think about.
Well, you might call it employer branding, but some people call it employee theft.
Right.
So I mean, in Australia, the study found out that more full-timers are likely to give discounts or freebies to friends compared to the part-timers, and also, no surprises here, Generation Y employees are the most likely to do all this. So the article online also gives you some tips as employers or as managers to identify your employees who are most likely to be stealing from you. So just have a look at that, and then maybe we can curb employee theft or employer branding at your workplace.
Employer branding. So I think that's all the time you have this week. Don't forget to visit our Facebook page, Twitter, and of course our WordPress blog as well.
Yep.
And if you haven't watched our interview with AirAsia's head of HR, you should check it out, and because he's telling you why Asian leaders are lousy. That's over at on our YouTube channel.
Yep. Alright, so we hope everyone has a great weekend, and we'll see you next week.
Yep. Ciao.
Okay,
Is my hair okay?
Yes.